Kenners zijn het erover eens. De Tsjechische pianist Ivan Moravec behoort tot het uitstervende ras van de klavierleeuw. Maar virtuoze krachtpatserij of pianistische bravoure zijn bij hem ver te zoeken. In zijn spel wordt de lucht tussen de noten geprezen. En bekend is zijn onvoorwaardelijke toewijding aan zijn instrument. Ivan Moravec wordt in 1930 geboren in Praag. Hij studeert er aan het conservatorium en als student treedt hij op in Polen en Hongarije. Maar Moravec is geen lid van de partij. En daarom wordt hem de mogelijkheid om vrij te kunnen reizen aanzienlijk beperkt. Artistieke vrijheid en politiek staan in die dagen op gespannen voet met elkaar. Een gegeven waar veel Oost-Europese kunstenaars nu eenmaal moesten leven. Toch werd hij al in de vroege jaren 50 het publiek in Italië, Oostenrijk en Groot-Brittannië te overtuigen van zijn talent. En in 1957 nodigde de legendarische pianist Arturo Michelangeli de jonge Moravec uit om bij hem te komen studeren. 5 jaar later weet een Amerikaans platenlabel hem voor opname naar New York te krijgen. De opnamen die hij er maakt van Mozart, Beethoven en Chopin leggen de basis voor zijn verdere carrière. In 1964 wordt Moravec door dirigent Georg Szell uitgenodigd om met het Cleveland Orkest het 4e pianoconcert van Beethoven te spelen. Deze samenwerking wordt voor de jonge Tsjechische pianist zijn Amerikaanse debuut in Carnegie Hall. Moravec begint in de jaren 70 en 80 internationaal naam te maken. Hij voert bewust een heel selectief repertoire. Geen showpieces. Naast een reizend bestaan als concertpianist heeft Moravec altijd een vaste plaats ingeruimd voor het lesgeven. In Amerika en in Tsjechië. Het advies aan zijn leerlingen luidt: luister goed naar jezelf en wees zo je eigen leraar. Vanwege de reisbeperkingen in zijn jonge jaren hebben zijn plaatopnames een belangrijke rol gespeeld in het vestigen van zijn reputatie. Het oeuvre dat nu ook op cd is uitgebracht geeft een schitterend beeld van het repertoire waarin hij zich het beste thuis voelt. Voor meer dan 250.000 verkochte cd's ontving hij platina en zijn internationale statuur werd onderstreept door de Ken Classical Award for Lifetime Achievement. Moravec's onbetwiste status als meesterpianist is ook in zijn eigen land bekroond met prestigieuze onderscheidingen.
Well, this piece follows my life, you know. We have started with my wife to count how many times. I think it was 600 performances
Of this one piece.
Of this one piece. And you know, the charm and the pleasure of our profession is that we can find always something new. And that what I have tried today with your conductor is a new achievement.
In parts.
Yes, good. As you wish.
Beethovens vierde pianoconcert ontstaat in een periode van explosieve creativiteit. Het dateert uit de eerste maanden van 1806. Beethoven wilde vooral een speelbaar en toegankelijk concert schrijven. In Wenen had Beethoven als pianovirtuoos al een grote reputatie opgebouwd. Het pianoconcert was opgedragen aan Beethovens beschermheer en leerling, aartshertog Rudolf van Oostenrijk. De première in maart 1807 vond plaats in het Lobkowitzpaleis in Wenen, ter gelegenheid van een concert met louter Beethovenwerken. Beethoven was zelf solist op het concert. Het zou zijn laatste optreden als pianist zijn. Zijn toenemende doofheid maakte hem het spelen in het openbaar onmogelijk.
The tone problems for me are in the first movement.
Yeah, yeah. This is your tempo.
Yeah, it's
Your beginning
good.
tempo. Yeah.
You know, what we could perhaps avoid that when they play. Accent accent.
No
It's horrible.
accent. Yeah.
So, no, but if they could play, aim to this.
Not too short. Yeah. Yeah.
Good. That's the first phrase which really is important for me.
Mm-hmm.
The second one, normally I hear
There's the
all
slow.
accents.
Yeah.
So if they could
Yeah.
down, 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 and it will make the phrase much more beautiful.
Yeah.
Could you give more when you come in, more tone?
Where?
At the beginning of
Not
this
really
phrase.
piano.
Oh, at the beginning of this phrase.
More than piano.
Not really piano.
And then no accent. Go down here, please. Everywhere. To avoid unnecessary accents.
Ja.
Yeah.
29. A.
Pianissimo.
Ja, precies. Daar moeten we nog een keer extra waarschuwing bij zetten. Heel zacht dit.
You spoke to the conductor a little bit, and it would be nice to have that, and maybe a few sections in the first part that we can then combine with some
sure.
concert footage. So
Yes.
what was the issues?
I think. Now, when they come with this phrase, normally it sounds ta 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 da ta 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 da ta 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 da ta 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 da ta 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 da ta 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 da. So I asked them to start portamento,
Like singing more.
sing well, and to aim to this note, so to make dam 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 di dam 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 da dam 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 di da. To aim to this, stay in bigger volume. Dam 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 da dam 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 da dim 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 di da. If you don't exaggerate that, it's immediately makes the phrase more eloquent and more beautiful. The second phrase was this one. Beethoven writes piano, but I encourage them to give much more tone in the violini primi. Ya, yam pabi, bom baba. Normally it sounds ya, pam pabi, yam ta de, dam ta de, da. Like a military march. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yanda, dan, dan, dan. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You know, it's.
Okay. Wait. Do it again for me.
Yeah. It's. This is precise.
Yeah.
This you can count on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So take.
Yeah. Every 2 groups is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like this.
And the long. Sorry.
Is this right? 1,
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
3, 4, 5.
5. Good. If you want. Yes. Thanks.
Fine.
And the long one. You know, when I see your hand,
Yeah,
I can.
you can do.
You were a little bit too early. It's better when you come late, because then I can.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Once
yeah,
more.
yeah.
Ah, that was good.
Okay.
Once more. Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. That's so my system is all right.
Yeah, very good.
Okay. One more time. Same place.
When I hear you playing, it's very much like you have a very, very honest approach to the music. What would you think yourself, if that's possible at all, to characterize your approach to music?
It's a general question, you know. It's.
Let's
I
take the
make
Beethoven.
no stupidities. I don't want to violate the music. I try to read the score as well as I am able, you know. And as Joseph Hoffman, the famous American pianist, says, that the way how the player reads the score shows what he has achieved intellectually, emotionally, regarding style, aesthetically, that all, you know. So all the inner equipment is there, and you know, when you find piano playing which where there is much pretending, you know, just showing up, it doesn't. I mean, for myself, it doesn't belong to music. You know, one should really dig in the depth of the composition of the page as far as one is able. That's very simple, but it's a general question.
But I'm afraid it's quite exceptional.
It is not. Look, I have the gift to admire my colleagues, because I am aware how difficult it is only to play together one chord. You know, so when somebody plays beautifully and differently than me, I don't mind. For example, I have yesterday listened Pires with a Concerto. Really great pianist, you know. And mainly, she is leading the orchestra. She has such a imperative rhythm that the orchestra absolutely understands what she wants to do. By the way, I try to do this, similar things, not to just to help the orchestra to be with me. On many places I have to adjust. I have to adjust because they don't hear me well. For example, the woodwinds don't hear me.
No.
So I have to listen to them on many places and simply adjust my speed. And here a general crescendo. And here I would say not so much woodwinds, but more of the strings, because they should sing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here there was nothing. Yeah. Here again, I am waiting for your hand. And I will play Babi according to your hand. Let me play those trills. You see, I will go with
So
you.
your trill, your... Yeah. So your F sharp comes before the
You know,
takstrich.
Yeah. Yes, before.
I see. Like this.
And here, gradually, it was a little bit too slow, but just a little bit fast.
Okay.
I mean, in the process, not jumping in a new tempo, but in the process of the page, we should return to the previous tempo. It was good. It will be good. It will be good.
If it's not, we just do it again.
Nothing.
Wanneer men spreekt over het klavier in Beethovens tijd, dan gaat het zeker niet over één instrument. Het was een overgangsperiode, waarin het klavecimbal en het clavigort geleidelijk verdrongen werden door de zogenaamde pianoforte, die zo werd genoemd omdat men er in tegenstelling tot het klavecimbal zowel zacht als hard op kon spelen. De pianoforte was de uitvinding van de Italiaanse klavecimbalbouwer Bartolomeo Cristofori. De tijd vroeg om een instrument waarmee meer dynamiek kon worden bereikt. Cristofori's oplossing lag in het aanslaan in plaats van het aantokkelen van de snaren. Toch hebben de verschillende instrumenten nog een tijd lang een gelijkwaardig bestaan geleid. Tot aan het eind van de 18e eeuw werd op bladmuziekuitgaven de keus tussen klavecimbal of pianoforte nog opengelaten. Zelfs Beethovens beroemde sonate pathetiek kon op klavecimbal. If we talk about sound in Beethoven, which is so very particular, have you ever been tempted to touch a hammerklavier to see what it would sound like in his own days?
I did, but you know, I still am a fanatic of a contemporary piano, and everywhere I try to, with help of technicians, to maintain those pianos in really honest situation. What was my objection to those old instruments is mainly they are out of tune. They don't have the volume, you know, the possibility to grow. And for me, the possibility to grow in volume is a very important one. You know, just coming from a real pianissimo to a big sound, but as my teacher, Maestro Michelangelo, said, fortissimo deve essere sempre bello. Imagine, today, when you see those athletes beating the piano, producing harsh sounds, Richter never has produced a bit. Christian Zimmermann never has produced a bit. So, you know, the really big players know what to squeeze from the instrument, because if you go above certain strengths, it will not grow, it will distort the sound, it will give less.
This instrument is there for the beautiful opportunities it gives you in making louder, softer sounds rather
Yes,
than the...
absolutely, yes.
If Beethoven would have found
Also,
this...
it stays in tune, you know, and that, you know, I am a little bit in danger when during a concert a note comes bloodily out of tune. It is very dangerous for me because I listen to myself, you know, and if a note is really very much out of tune, it is stronger, it's trivial, and it distorts the global beauty of sound. And therefore, you know, whenever that I have to touch that key, you know, I'm very nervous. And, and therefore, you know, I always am grateful if the tuner not only hears the temperatura, but also tunes in a stable way, that the piano stays in tune during the concert. You know, it's also a very special art.
There was a little discussion that Frans Brüggen wanted the piano to be in the orchestra. I heard that you disagreed with that. You felt
I
that the piano...
disagree because of the fact that the piano has been designed to throw the sound to the public. If you do that, it will certainly damage the sound. It will be tiny, it will be shorter, and it would not affront the public. You know, that's the main reason, the sound reason. first rehearsal for me always is almost a nightmare, because piano, which I didn't touch, normally I work 5 hours before I play a piano, because every action, the depth of the key and etc. is different. And so to get the best of the playing, you have to know your instrument. So
You have an instrument in Amsterdam.
in
which is another
Amsterdam,
one.
very beautiful. It's an older Steiner, which I already played 2 years ago in a Chopin recital. And there is the most marvelous technician called Michel Brandes, who is a fanatic of his work. And it's simply the greatest pleasure to be with him, because when he is taking care of the piano, I can easily drink coffee, because I have no sorrow. In other situations, I have preoccupations, because if I don't find a technician who hears the same what I hear, it's difficult to persuade,
There's a little bit of a legend that you don't mind to do a bit of tuning yourself if necessary.
Well, yes, yeah, well, mainly voicing, because the voicing means to put the whole all the 88 keys in a same, which would give the same volume of sound and the same quality of sound. And therefore this man, young man, Michel Brandes, is so great. He hears, he has really a ear like
A
this.
big ear.
Yeah.
And I even hear that people like to play the piano after you've played it.
Oh, yes, that's true. That's true, because they know that I take utmost care about the condition. And sometimes I'm very sorry when I find a good instrument out of shape, which is very often, And so with help of a technician, if he's there, I always make it more even, make the action work smooth, If you wish, I will show you my tool.
Yes, please.
Yeah. This is a tool which a Japanese technician gave me, and I was complaining that the keys, but we should return to the piano. You have to remove this, and this is just leather, nothing, no chemicals. And there is a pin which holds the key. And sometimes, in a humid evening, only one humid evening, something happens inside that when you press the key from sides, it breaks. Mm-hmm. And this is an instrument where I can go quickly, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I even reach the black keys. No liquids, no chemicals. It only cleans, polishes the pin, and then you can easily and smoothly, and the problem with piano playing is not when you beat the instrument and play fast. The problem is when you give a very soft sound, and when you feel under the finger that the key is not free enough, it's bad. Mm-hmm. And this little tool helps me quite a lot. So.
About the tempo, Beethoven in many places has written metronome, but not in this one.
No.
Are there any
Thank God.
Thank God. So you feel free to choose
Well,
the tempo?
because, you know, for example, Pollini plays it fast, Michelangelo plays it faster, Barenboim very slow with Klemperer. So it, you know, it gives the interpreter the possibility to choose. And when you start to work with the phrasing, it really means a little bit slower tempo than usual. Because I hear this concerto played quite fast and not very, for me, not very interesting.
It has two solo parts, cadenzas, where the
Yes.
piano plays all by itself,
Yes.
one in the first movement and
Yeah.
one in the third. Beethoven has written two of them himself.
Yes.
You're not one of those pianists who likes to make his own, like Willem Kempf, for instance.
If I had the talent of Mari Peraya, then I would write one, but I don't have. But he's, you know, with, I think with Barenboim, he's the only one who can really produce a Mozartian cadenza in style, harmonically a little bit going to Schubert, but it's marvelous. So I simply stick to Mozart concerti. Well, I play one concerto where I had to invent a cadenza, but very much with the material of the first movement, Mozart 503, the C, a big C major concert. Here I play the second cadenza.
Why the second?
Because it's shorter. I don't like cadenzas because, but it has a beginning which is a little bit surprising, a little bit out of style by Beethoven. Too mighty, but never mind. But the second half, with the long trills, it's like the last sonatas by Beethoven, you know, really a heavenly sound, you know, and therefore I picked up that. It's shorter, and the second page is absolutely beautiful. Maestro was very kind and very patient with me, and I think that we will have it, you know, some nicely modulated phrases, you know.
Because you have obviously, you played it in 1957 when you came to America for the first time.
Well, 64.
64.
Yeah.
And so now you're trying to make it with less accent and more breath. Has it had a whole development all through your career? Has it changed a lot?
Well, you know, that's partly a sad thing about human life, that you, in one moment, you just simply arrive at a certain knowledge. And when tomorrow I discover something different, I say, my God, why didn't I know that? But this is nice about life, that we gradually can know perhaps better and deeper about things. And that's, especially with music, it's very, very important that also when somebody is of my age, it's the greatest thing when I can still think further.